Welcome. Today's class is going to be focused on Pilates, mobility, movement, specifically for when you're experiencing menstrual cramps. So I am experiencing that right now at this very moment, so I often move with my cycle. I did go for a run earlier and I thought that might help, and I think it actually made it worse. So sometimes it really depends on you and your body. Sometimes you need that more activating circulatory movement, and sometimes you just need some gentle mobilization, stretching, lengthening, softening tension within the muscles around the pelvis, maybe noticing the jaw, noticing abdominal clenching or glute gripping, all of these things that contribute to tension, because cramps are contractions through your uterus, and having more tension through your pelvic floor and the surrounding musculature can make it worse. So you won't need anything today. I am sitting up on a cushion, so it's just like a more comfortable seated posture for me. So if you want to grab a block or something to sit on, and we are going to use a chair or a stool at the end for 90-90 breathing, which is a nice way to downregulate and soften that tension as well. So let's start by just finding a tall seat. Make sure you're up on your sit bones, not rounded back through your lumbar spine. Tall spine. Weight is evenly balanced on your right and left sit bone. Begin by breathing in and let your pelvic floor relax down. Let your belly just hang. I recommend grabbing your loosest pants. And exhale. So your pelvic floor will lift. Your abdominals will wrap in. It can be really gentle. Inhale, softening out, softening down. Maybe you close your eyes to really connect with that sensation, and then a long exhale, breath out. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, breath in, soften and relax down. Let your jaw be soft, let your belly be natural. And exhale. Okay, we're gonna take that breath work with us throughout the class. I'm gonna add a little bit of music on because the sound of my upstairs neighbor's air conditioning is loud. Find a tabletop quadruped position on your hands and knees. Let's draw circles through the pelvis. Lengthen your tailbone back behind you, and then just start to circle your pelvis. So think of drawing a circle with your tailbone. Breathing, circling, softening, and now let's do that in the other direction. Let's do two more. Good. Now wide knees, toes come together, hinge your hips back. Feel all of this length through your pelvic floor, length through your glutes. And exhale, gather and hinge forward, return. Inhale, soften back. Breathe the back of your pelvis open. My favorite teacher says, breathe your butthole open. And then draw it forward. Let's do that for 3. So it's all connected, right? If we're really tight through our hips, if we're really tight through those muscles, that can cause tightening of the pelvic floor. That can cause more intense contractions of your uterus, i.e. cramps. If you do not deal with painful periods, I am happy for you. Now let's find internal rotation. So bring your feet wide, bring your knees towards each other. Hinge back, inhale. Belly relaxes, exhale, pull forward. Keep that going. Really finding that lengthening and softening through your pelvic floor on every single inhale, and then a soft gathering on every single exhale. I also struggle with PMDD, so I really have to plan a lot of my life around my cycle, which can feel exhausting, but you know, to be well takes what it takes in this world. So I plan a lot of my social engagements, my work schedule as much as possible, and my movement practice around my cycle. And I'm excited to start sharing more of that here and inside Drift, of course. Okay, let's do one more hinge back. Just move through your range of motion. Guide your hips back forwards. Now come onto your forearms and draw those same circles with your tailbone. Trying to get a little bit more range of motion and exploring those spaces that feel a little bit sticky. Try to let gravity just let your belly relax down. Let gravity work on you and then switch directions. So instead of trying to resist and pull your abdominals up, I want you to kind of let your abdominals go. There will be a point where you need to engage to complete the circle. In between, let your belly go. Think of relaxing through the back of your pelvic floor, not just the front. Good, come on back up. Okay, sorry, the music, I wanted something calmer. I had to edit this I had to get a new song. I don't usually cut the video ever. Come around onto your right side, onto your right forearm, and bend both knees. Okay, so stack your legs one on top of the other. Feel a lift through your right side rib. And now we're going to begin to open into external rotation, so think clamshell, not moving anything else except for your leg, in the hip lateral rotation, and then close it back up. So we're going to mobilize our hips a little bit. Just getting the pelvis moving, hip joints gliding, lubricated. It's all connected. And sometimes gentle movement is not what you need either. So make sure you're listening to that. If you just need to rest and curl up on the couch with a hot water bottle, I see you. And that is a really good choice as well. Let's exhale up, inhale down, and do 5 more. Plug your bottom arm down into the mat and visualize like you're lifting a weight up with your top leg. You could even use your top hand as more resistance. Let's do 3 more. Keep your neck long. Try to maintain the natural curves of your spine as best as possible. Good, now open up into external rotation. And now begin to lower your knee down to meet your bottom leg as your top foot lifts. And now switch. Oh, I got a little crack there. So I'm gonna plantar flex through my ankle joint and try to just glide through my hip, moving through your full range of motion, encouraging your hips to move to their capacity, loosening up the tissues there for 3, for 2, 1 more time. Now come on up to a seat. Find mermaid legs, so your right hip is externally rotated, your left hip is internally rotated. And now reach your right arm up and exhale to side bend. Just hold it here. Trying to compress through your left side and trying to open up the side of your waist, that tissue that goes all the way down and connects into your pelvis, making space to breathe laterally. Good, another full breath in. Use your exhale to rotate down, think mermaid. Inhale, come back into your side bend. Exhale to rotate, rinse through your mid back for 2, 1. Now come on out of the rotation, out of the side bend. Stack your arms one on top of the other, and now rotate the other way. Try to keep your left sit bone, your back sit bone grounded, so really feel the internal rotation there. Soften your shoulders and use the sides of your waist to twist the other way. Good, and let's find the other side. So left side body, left forearm. Bend your knees. Find a good, strong starting position, and then we start with just that clamshell exercise. So I'm gonna glue my heels together. Lower and lift. Laterally rotating through your femur. You can bring your hand to your ASIS, your top hip bone, and feel that it's staying stacked over your bottom hip bone. Inhale, breathe in, soften your belly. Exhale, open. So really working on releasing tension through your abdominals. If you're constantly holding your belly in or gripping through your abdominals all day long, that's going to influence your pelvic floor. That's going to affect your cramps. So working on that can be really helpful. And truly wearing loose clothes is helpful. You probably already know that, but if you're wearing really tight jeans or tight pants that you can't move in, especially on the first few days of your period, please give your body space. Let your body take up space and expand. You will feel better, I promise. Let's do 2 more, and then we're gonna find internal and external rotation. We're going to switch back and forth. So internally rotate. I'm going to point my toes now. So your knees kiss, your top foot lifts, and then switch. Toes to toes, knees to knees. Keep feeling a little lift through your left side waist, so try not to dip too much down towards the earth. Support through the rest of your side body before we stretch it all out in 3. Neck is long, no unnecessary tension through your jaw, and keep using your exhales to lift through your pelvic floor and your inhales to lengthen and relax for 1. Come all the way up to a seat, mermaid legs. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, side bend, and just hold it here. Give your body a few breaths. Make space. Try to compress your right side and send your breath over here to the left side of your rib cage. All the way down into your lowest ribs, into the lowest lobes of your lungs. Inhale, breath here. And exhale to rotate, chest bone reaches down. Inhale, come back into your side bend. Try to think evenly, laterally flexing through your spine. Exhale, think rotating through your mid-back. Both sit bones staying as grounded as possible for 2. Your gaze can come with you, so it's straight ahead, and then it's down towards your mat. Now come on out of both of those, stack your arms, rotate the opposite way, and try to keep your back sit bone heavy, minus lifting on this side. Heavy, 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 and soften your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, breath in, and exhale, rotate. Okay, swing yourself around. We're going to come back to a quadruped position, hands and knees, and then step your right leg really, really wide and find a long lunge. Now lean into your hips. Soften your hips down towards your mat. Soften your belly down towards your mat. And just pause here in this wide lunge. Kind of like a lizard shape, if in yoga terminology. Take take another breath here. And now walk your leg, your shin, so that it's parallel with the short edge of your mat. So you're going to reach your toes over towards the left long edge. Think a pigeon shape in a yoga class. Okay, try to level your hips out, level your pelvis out here. And we're going to try to relax into this stretch for about a minute or so. So you could tuck or untuck your back toes. Depending on how your hip joints feel, if there's space to come down towards the mat, you can. But you want to think of your femur bone, your leg bone, hugging back into your hip socket. And you want to think of both hip bones being on the same plane, being level. So you should feel that stretch through, deep in your hip, through your lateral rotators. Try to wiggle around until you find some sensation there. If you're quite open, stretching your hips maybe isn't super necessary for you, but stay with it because we're going to contract and relax here in a few moments. So big, deep breaths in, long, slow exhales out. Do that again. Sometimes pain is just your body asking for you to pay a little bit of attention to it too. So sometimes slowing it down, paying attention, breathing deeply, mobilizing, sometimes that's all we needed. Okay, we're going to begin to contract our front leg, our shin, our knee, the entire leg down in towards the mat. So press, press, press. We're going to borrow some functional range conditioning principles to try to make more space through the hip joint. Press down, 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 and to be able to control that mobility. Exhaling, pressing, inhaling in, but keep pressing, and exhaling out. 3, 2, and 1. Let that go. So you should have felt some work in those muscles that you were stretching in those lateral rotators. Now, visualize lifting your top leg up. So we're gonna feel the internal rotators. There might be some hip flexors there. So think of lifting, lifting, lifting. Your leg is, I don't think it's gonna move. Mine's definitely not gonna move, but think of lifting it up, 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 up. So now there's work, work, work to lift. My abdominals are contracting. Lift, 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 lift. Breathe. And then relax everything. Relax it all. Take a breath. If that increased the tension through your lower belly, and if that didn't feel good, you can skip it. But for me, making space through my hip joints is really helpful for cramps. So I'm going to press down again. We're going to do that one more time. Press down, contract down for about 10 seconds. So we're squeezing, 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 pressing into the earth, and also thinking of hugging your femur back into your hip joint. Press, 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 press. And let it go. And now let's do the opposite. So you're going to think of lifting your leg up, up, up. Visualize it lifting up towards you. Try to find those muscles that would lift your leg, that would float it up off your mat. And then relax completely into the stretch and see how it feels. Come on up, hands and knees. So step your right knee back underneath you. Knees really wide. Glide your hips back towards your heels and pull it forward. Notice how that feels side to side. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull forward. Knees together, toes apart. These hinge backs, externally and internally rotated through the hip joints, are my go-to, my absolute go-to for cramps. Just reminds me to soften my belly. I feel the length through my glutes and my pelvic floor. Gentle mobility. Okay, let's switch sides. We're going to step forward for our lunge first. So step your left leg really, really wide. Soften your hips. This side is a lot tighter for me. If your shoulders were creeping up towards your ears, relax them down. Keep this stretch through your hips. One more big breath. Breathe front, back, side of your body. Exhale that out. Walk your left foot over. Find your pigeon shape on this side. So there should be weight along your whole shin. You can always tuck something under your left hip if it's floating. Mine is floating, but I'm just using proprioception to make sure my left and right hips are level-ish. And then relax into this. So separate your teeth. You can bring your tongue to the roof of your mouth. And breathe. When we deepen our breath, when we slow our breath down, when we find our diaphragmatic breath, it helps pain, it influences pain. It lets the nervous system feel safer, no matter what other experience it's having. I'm listening to Ina May Garden. I need to look that up. I'll post it in the, I'll post the information below. But she talks about, it's all different birthing stories from like hundreds of different women, and they all just talk about the breath, the power of the breath. So I'm actually thinking of creating a birthing category and finding pelvic movement as well as breath work to help women going through labor and delivery. Okay, let's get ready for those contract. Let's get ready to contract and relax. So we're going to practice pressing down, pressing our left leg down, down, down into the mat. You'll feel that increase. This is like the only little bit of work we're gonna do this class. So press down, 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 down. Squeeze your leg down. Hug your thigh bone back towards your hip. Breathing. Let's stay for 3. Press, 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 press. 2. And 1. Relax. Now we're going to practice lifting up. So we're going to think of lifting our thigh. We're going to think of lifting that whole front leg up. So it's our internal rotators that would do that. If our thigh could lift, practice lifting. Squeeze and lift, squeeze and lift. Your abdominals will have to help you. Your hip flexors might get involved. Lift, lift, lift. Stay with it, lifting, breathing. Let it go. So there has to be a certain amount of intensity in these contractions. If you can handle it, if you can manage it. Let's do that one more time. Press your front leg down. Your pelvis stays level, your spine stays long, your shoulders and ears stay the same distance apart. Breathing here for 3, 2, down and back. 1, let it go. And then we're going to lift last time, or we're going to visualize that leg lifting, engage the musculature that would lift our leg. Focus, breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Let all of that tension go. Relax into your stretch for a few more breaths. Let your belly go, let your jaw go. Okay, and last time, knees wide, feet together, hinge back, feel the difference, and glide it forward. I can feel a difference. I can definitely feel a difference. Movement works. I'm actually not experiencing menstrual cramps anymore. I think like just slowing my breathing down really helped. I've been on the couch with a hot water bottle for an hour before this, and I had to film, and I thought, why not really make it practical? And let's find internal rotation and really share my present experience, right? Real life movement. Not perfect Instagrammable workouts, but changing body, ever-changing body, a cyclical body that needs different things on different days. Last one. Find a seat up on your sit bones. Nice and tall spine. Inhale here and exhale to flex over your legs around your spine. And stay right here, breathing into your back, softening your belly, expanding your ribs. Exhale, lengthen it back up, tail to crown. Let's do that again. Exhale, chin towards your chest, tip forward, round, round, round. Exhale, coming back up. Last one here. Move with your breath. And roll it back up. We're going to end with a supported 90-90 breathing. So I'm going to use my stool. You can use a stool or a chair. We're going to relax our lower legs up onto the whatever surface we have. So get yourself the right distance from it. And then lay yourself down. I'm going to bring my hands to my lower belly, my womb area, and just try to relax as best as you can. Feel the chair, the stool supporting the weight of your legs. Feel your diaphragm relaxing down, your pelvic floor relaxing down, and then exhaling, lifting, coming back up towards your belly button. Let's take 3 more breaths here together, and then you can stay as long as you like. No effort here whatsoever. If any part of you was efforting, let it go. Breathe in and simply breathe out. Okay, so you can stay here longer. I'm going to carefully take my legs off of my surface, support myself back on up to a seat. I hope that helped. I hope that gave you a little bit of relief, and if not, sometimes rest is what we need. Sometimes it's something else, but for me, gentle mobility, especially those pelvis circles, especially the hip that hinges back and forth in a quadruped, and getting some stretching through my side body and stretching my hip joints because I have tight hips. So hope there was something in there that could help you and give you a little bit of relief from your menstrual cramps.